All right, welcome everybody. I'll bring the camera over to the desk and you can see what I've done so far. Look at all these baits. Lots and lots of baits. So it's fishing season. Bass are starting to bite here. So the store is selling them like a lot of baits. So we're painting baits. Just yeah, got some beauties. Beauties here. Look at that. Look at that. I'm gonna put a spinner on the back of that. This thing's gonna be awesome. Um, got some beautiful jerk baits. So really, really pretty. I need to get a camera or a screen over here. Hey, Stink Finger, Randomize. Hey, how you guys doing? So let me get a screen over here so I can see what y'all are talking. Because that's over there. Just a simple YouTube live. So we there you are. Yeah, I'm doing okay. So getting better, I think. I don't know. Some days are good, some days are bad. But all right. So these guys, I'm doing more square bills. I've got perch. I've got what else I got? Oh, I just did sort of it's actually a really good looking bait that works really well in our lake. Did that one just now. Now I'm thinking, okay, what square bill should I do? Shad? I could do a shad. Shad always works, right? So yeah, we'll do a shad. Believe it or not, shads are silver, but they have a lot of color in them. So I use a lot of transparent colors in a shad. So so we're going to take a pearlized white, a lot of it. And we're going to do the bottom of these in a pearl white before we tint this and bring it into a silver. And you'll see how I make silver. So we're just doing the bottom of these, not even putting a base coat on it because I kind of want a transparent look to it. I want the person buying it to see inside it. So now we've got a pearl white bottom. So now we're going to add some black to it, pearl, just barely a drop, and transparent blue, lighter blue. It's called Maui blue because all silver has blue in it, right? Silver's a cool color. So now we're going to mix this up. Mix it up. And there we go. All right. And purge the white out. And we're going to just painting these bodies, this light silver. We're going to graduate the silver into darker silvers. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. And there you go. So now we've got a white bottom coming into a sort of a soft silver on it is what we're doing. And yes, I wanted it transparent. So now we're going to take a transparent white, believe it or not. Here we go, transparent white. Fill this up a little bit. We're going to take a pearl black to it. 2 drops. And we're going to take a pearl blue to it. 1 drop, a darker blue this time. And mix it up. Witch's brew. It's a witch's brew. Hey, Connery. I'm doing okay, I think. I don't know. We'll see. You make this a little darker, so we're going to take a little bit more black to it. Just a drop. We're going to storm next 2 days, so it's going to more wet weather. Can't get a break at the resort. Come on, blue. Give me that color gray, sort of a blue gray. Good night, sun. There it comes, finally. We'll make that darker. Get that darker. And 3 drops. 3 drops of black. Do, 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 do. Yeah, actually the bass are starting to bite nicely at Lake of the Woods. Starting to bite nicely. There we go. All right. We're going to do flash dry on these. So hopefully, by Monday, the store at the Lake of the Woods will be back up to stock on my rates because they're just selling them like crazy. Selling them like crazy. All right, so basically, what you're seeing, sort of that dark black, blue, silver, white bottom. So it graduates. Graduates down a bit. Okay, so we're just going to flash dry that a bit. You can see I've been busy. Been busy painting. Look at all these. Amazing. Just busy painting. I got it. I mean, we need to deliver like 50 to that store for each week. That's how fast they're selling. And I really don't know if I'll be able to do it, but we're going to try to do it. I'm going to try to do it. All right, so now we need to add some yellow, just transparent yellow. Believe it or not, I'm just going to create that blue into a green. Hey, Cali King. 2.5 pounds so far this year. You know, it's almost a tie between a smallmouth and a largemouth. So, I mean, our bass season's just starting. Just starting. You can see what this transparent yellow does to it. Not very well on the camera, I guess. But yeah, it's our bass season's just starting, and it's I'm just starting to catch decent bass this week, actually. So it's just it's been cold here. I mean, our water temperature has yet to hit 60 degrees. But I think the bass are getting impatient and they're starting their pre-spawn run because some of them have actually started spawning and some of them are just about to spawn. So, I mean, give me a month, we'll catch some bigger ones. Although I have caught a 10-pound German brown and a trout. Because, you know, I live in trout country. And he hit one of my baits, which is pretty exciting. All right, so there we go. We got those. Hey, Dr. Baconstein. Connery's a local guy, too. Connery's local, too. So, Lake of the Woods is just starting to hit. And maybe Monday when I'm out fishing. I mean, I'll toss out a little bit before work next 2 days, but it's going to be miserable. I won't be on the water. I'll be on the dock. All right, so there is that. Now we're going to put a false eye on it. There it is. I'm going to put a false eye on it with black, this opaque black. Take a artist brush that I've cut to make a nice circle. And you guys can see, I just take it right above the gill there and put a dot on it, just like that, by hand. Some guys will airbrush this, but no need to. I mean, you can make a perfectly good circle with a cut brush. And, or a toothpick, or not toothpick, but a Q-tip. Q-tips make perfect circles. So there's that. Do that on this side. Looks perfectly good. Perfectly good. And I do find that making a bleeding shad, adding blood to it, that little bit of red, helps on bites. I don't know what it is, that little bit of red that I paint on here by hand in a minute, and it helps. So we're going to wash this brush, and we're going to take red, and we're going to paint blood, 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 blood. School's out now, Connery, huh? Last day was today. Man, fish. It's not raining. All right. So we take an artist brush, really fine point, and we're going to take bright red, and we are going to paint blood. Paint blood. So we're going to run it down the gill right here. And sort of spray the blood back. Just like that. And we'll do the other side. A little bit of blood. Bam. It's called a bleeding shad. So people wonder, okay, you buy these at Lake of the Woods for about $10 each. Eh, that's a pretty good deal. And they work because I test all these. People see me out there testing my baits all the time. And it's funny that I think it was yesterday. I lose track of my days. And these two guys come up to me. Well, I was fishing near the docks or the marina, and tell them how effective uh, adding a blade to my square bills are. And I threw one in the water, and two largemouth moved right up onto it. So that was my best testimony. That little added flash really is amazing. I need to buy more of those. I mean, but when you buy a spinner, you know, one, I price them quite a bit more money. They're $15, but you'll get twice as many hits on my square bills with a blade on it. And I figure that is worth the added price because that blade comes pre-made, and I add it to it. So they cost quite a bit of money, but I think it's well worth it. I mean, I use them. And there we go. And we've just painted blood. We painted blood. These little fishies are now injured. Little fishies are injured. Poor guys. Poor guys. Yeah, we gotta paint a lot of baits. Obviously, look at all these baits. More here, more there, more everywhere. Oh, I need some paper clips. To hang them. So now we hang these so they'll dry. And we'll put eyes on them later. And then clear coat tomorrow. These will be in the store on Monday. They'll be in the store on Monday. Can't even go out for a smoke because upstairs have got their windows open. They will yell at me. Haven't made up to the Lake of the Woods yet this year. Only happened in Lofton. Ah, yeah. Go for a walk. uh, well, as I'm having more health problems, I'm staying close to a populated, busy resort, just in case something happens. I have a stroke or something like that. So, or fall in the water like I did a couple months ago. This way, somebody's there to save me. Kind of a broken klutz. But I like fishing. And what do we got? So, all right. So what do we got? I mean, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Plus 5 is 29. We got 5, 10, 15, 22. It's 31, 51. So we got 51 baits right now. 51 baits. So for a review, uh, it's fine. It's not cussing. Go naked. All right. So I wish I lived closer to Lake of the Woods, then I'd be able to buy more of your baits. Thanks, Connery. Well, I mean, you can always just stop by the house. Obviously, I've got a choice. And I do. Or just tell me what you want, Connery. Tell me what you want. So, all right. So let's get, as we get into the spawn and post spawn, you know, lipless cranks do really, really well. And jerkbaits always do well. So, and boy, I've got some beautiful jerkbaits. Look at this. I mean, the baby's gorgeous. This will catch fish like mad. It's one of my best designs. Paint job. So, all right. So we got and top water in a couple weeks is going to be hitting. So let's do some top water stuff because I haven't done any top water. Everything I've done dives. So here's some whopper ploppers and some spintails. So we'll do these. Whopper ploppers and spintails. I'm going to tape off the whopper ploppers. Spintails we don't. Whopper ploppers. Can't be a Whopper plopper. They're the easiest. Usually, anybody who wants to top water, I always start them off on Whopper ploppers because they are easy to fish with, and they catch. They will catch fish. They will catch fish. Whopper ploppers actually disturb the water better than my spin tails do, but spin tails actually add more flash on top of the water than the Whopper ploppers do because I paint the tails. And it's just, they're just prettier. They're just prettier. These guys, see that? I paint the tails. So they are prettier. But the tail doesn't disturb the water as much as these tails do. But they do add more flash. So it's kind of like a catch-22, you know? It's like, you know, so there we go. You always situate them, you know, similarly so you don't get confused about what's the top and what's the bottom. So typically on a topwater bait, it's important to have a bright bottom. So we're going to, so here's my setup of 3 Whopper ploppers and 1, 2, 3 Whopper ploppers and my spin tails. So we're going to first lay down a base of opaque white. Oh, hey, Dan. Dan's here. All right. So we're going to lay down a white on this. That will make the color I put on it brighter. It's a bright base. And when you're doing the base, you don't have to worry about the details. You just need to put it on there. Now, once I get the base on, then I got to figure out what colors I want to put on it. So I'm going to go over to my computer, get some ideas. Angels. All right, so let's go over here. We're going to go. How was I going to 6 cents? I know. Get some ideas, guys. Yeah, basically they're all the same. So we're going to pearlize the bottom just a bit. It's sort of a really light blue, really light. Basically, it's a pearl white with a tint of blue. That's what we're doing. Or a blue, evidently. Yeah, that's powerful. It's really, it's a light blue, so. Almost a light baby blue. I want to put on this, and it's pearlized, so. There we go. That looks good. I like that. Still very, very bright, but with some color. We'll purge the white that is in here out. It's in the brush until we get the color that I just mixed. There it is. All right. So now we got the color that I just mixed, and now we're going to paint it. And we'll paint it on the bottom. Up to about half on the side. So kind of looks like a silver, so, but more blue. And running up the bottom, up the sides. Now the spin tails. I always do the tail two colors because as the tail spins, I want the colors to really flash on the spin tails. Instead of a solid color on the tails, you kind of want it to look like a corkscrew going through the water. So, the fish get that sense. So. All right, so there's that. I always take a look at everything. I always look at it. All right, so we got a sort of a blue. It's kind of a blue. It's like a blue-gray. And so now I'm going to add more white to it, but at the same time, I want to get this into more of a light green. So we're going to add more platinum. And we're going to add a transparent yellow to it to make that platinum, sort of a platinum yellow, but a light yellow. A little bit of blue in here is going to make this a green, but we're going to see how much green it has. So now we're going to add more blue, because I want more green. This is actually sort of a turquoise, just a drop. And it really makes a big, big difference. All right. I like it. There it is. There's the green. All right. Brandon. Wow. Yeah, I've seen some of your stuff. I need to go crazy on my baits. So, I mean, like, because we're selling too many of them, but it makes the resort happy. All right, there we go. We got the green. So now we're going to and down to the spin tails. As you can see. So now we're going to do the spin tails. Again, we're just doing the tips right there. So sort of that blue-green. Now we're not done. Of course, we're going to add another color to this. Like, so there you go. That's sort of the base of the fish. But again, we want the bottom to be bright. Yes, you know, the part that's in the water. The rest of this is out of the water. So now we're going to add black to this. And we're going to darken the back and add some detail on the fish itself. Oh, my fishing's been very good lately. Very good. Painting has been slow. That's why you see a lot around me. because I kind of slacked off a bit. I even stopped selling on the internet for the moment because, yeah, it's just this PTSD is just hard on me. So I have yet to see a psychologist, but I have good days, I have bad days. It's like anything else, I guess. My mic's way over there, huh? You could probably barely hear me, but man, I bring the mic over. But I'm working on it. Like I said, I have good days, I have bad days. So here we go. So we've got my the base of these. So now we're going to pull this black out. Here we go. We'll run this right down the middle of the back and around the head. So it looks more like that. It gives it more of a 3D look, the black does. And adding black around the eyes helps getting the eyes to stand out more. That's why I usually put dark colors around the eyes, and just helps them stand out. And on the tips of the tails on these, we're painting in black. What ends up happening is that as that spins, that really does sort of show a lot of color as the tail spins. We're just painting the tips. Oop, that spattered a bit. Try to hide that a bit. There he goes. And we get the dorsal fin. There we go. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. With the clear coat on it and the additive I do, it looks pretty cool. Lots of night magnum frog fishing. Where I got 7 4-pounders on a magnum. Wow. Wow. That's great, Brandon. Well, you guys have much warmer weather back east than we do here. Our water still hasn't broken 60 degrees. So, not a lake of the woods anyway. It snowed on me. It snowed on me Monday while I was on the lake. Can you believe that? Crazy. It snowed, hailed, and rained on me all on the same day. I know. It was like a crazy day. But I did good. I caught, what was it, 1 smallmouth, 3 largemouth, 2 trout, and 4 crappie. And really, I wasn't out there that much because it was pretty miserable. That was Monday. Yesterday, I only caught 4 fish. Prettier day, but not as productive. Now these whopper ploppers, I got to paint the eyes on. So we're going to have to take a brush to those because there ain't no eyes made to fit them. So I got to paint eyes on them. So we got to get that really fine brush. Now the neat thing is about the black, I could go white on it, or red, or yellow, something really contrast. Hey, Richard. Let's see. All right, let's see. We could do. How about orange? I have really neat orange, I think. Yeah, this one. Nah, we're gonna go yellow. We'll go yellow. So I think it'll stand out better. And against the green, I think it'll look good. So let's see. We'll do one and see what it looks like, huh? Looks good. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna fill it with yellow. Really, I really want to make it look good. This paint. Fill that reservoir with yellow. Let it dry. Yeah, that looks good. Let's get this one done. Just basically filling the eye socket with yellow. This one's not filling like I want it to. There we go. That looks good. All right, let's get these dry. Oh, I didn't fill this one. There we go. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Those are, those have eyes. Voila. William an artiste. All right. That's a lot of paint. I mean, there's a lot of painting there. I mean, that's a lot. More paper clips. I don't think I painted this much in one day. Stupid. Besides yesterday, maybe. Computer was timing out on me. How dare it? All right, so put like that. Let them dry. Put eyes on them later, and once the eyes dry, then I can clear coat it. But until then, because super glue and clear coat, the epoxy, kind of it has sort of a funky relationship. So, man, I'm running out. So I did this because I'm running out of room for all these baits. So I put some line up. This is what Cast King line is good for. It's pretty bad. You would never want to use Cast King line. It just falls apart. All right. We can see the yellow eye on it. See, it just filled that little eye reservoir with paint. And it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. So, hey, Sean, Alicia, Alicia. I don't see Alicia. Maybe. I don't know everybody. Oh my goodness. All right. So, my goodness. Paint, 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 paints. Paint paints. More and more and more. So, what do we got? This one. Do a couple more glide baits. These are biggins. Biggins. Glide baits are so pretty in the water. It works so well too. It's just real pretty. Because you work them kind of to get them to swim. You work them like a jerk bait a little bit. So when you're retrieving them, you do that, and they'll just swim left and right, back and forth, and they look absolutely amazing. These are great for big German browns. And where did I stop? What happened? I think I'm still going. Am I still going, guys? Uh-huh. Am I still going? I don't know. I don't know. Looks like I'm still going. Something went wrong. Tap to retry. I'm going to retry. Silly thing. Yeah, here I am. Okay. Still going. All right. Fine. All right. We're going to do. People love the rainbow trouts on these. So we can do rainbow trout on it. So we did shad. We did 2 for me. Yeah, we'll do rainbows because they'll sell. Rainbows will sell. They always do. And it is a very popular feeder fish, especially for brown trout. Them and kokanee. So we're going to put a base coat on it. Basically make these white. All right, so there we go. Thanks, Richard. Well, my tablet sort of freaked out. Must be the Wi-Fi connection. Yeah, right. Okay, so there's my white. We're going to do a flash dry on these two. And we're going to add a little bit of yellow, opaque, to this white, just to get it to an off-white, just a drop. We're going to do the belly on this guy with this very light white, or yellow, very light. And then come on. There it is. Basically, it's just an off-white on the bottom. All right, so now we need to make a sort of a green up on top. So we've got yellow in here, but we're going to add more yellow. Then we're going to add a little bit of turquoise. I like that. We're going to mix it and see what it looks like until I get the shade I want. A little more yellow. Always leave room in the cup to do your color mixing. And always thin it out with water to create volume. All right, that looks good. That looks good. All right. All right, so now we're going to do the back of these guys. Let's purge this yellow. Yeah, it'll come out eventually. Basically, it's just the leftover yellow in the back. So finally, we start getting, we're going to get that green. And the idea of the green is that we're going to graduate it, sort of gradate it. Into a darker green. Now, we get room for the magenta, which is going to go down the middle of it. There you go. It's got that off-white on the bottom. We're going to put a magenta stripe down the middle. Make sure that both sides are evened up in the color mix. All right, so there we go. So now we're going to clean this out and we're going to put magenta in, which is, voila, bam. I actually bought that color because, it's a popular color it's the color for rainbow trout. Looks good. Looks real good. So we need to clean this out. So we get a pure magenta. There we go. Hey, Don. We're doing a couple of rainbow trout glide baits. Is what we're doing. These sell first. People like buying the big baits. I don't know if they use them, but it does make a pretty souvenir, when you're at the resort. When you paint the stripe on this, you got to sort of like go real fast too, and sort of do almost like practice runs on it. So you do this, like this, up, down, and you just, there's your magenta stripe. down, up, down. We gotta put spots on it. See? Voila! The basis for our rainbow trout. Because it's rainbowy. There we go. All right, so now instead of wasting this magenta that I got in here, I could take some opaque black, mix it in there, because we're going to add spots and a black back to it. So even though this has the magenta in it, you're not going to see much of it because the black is so powerful. And it increases the volume of my black instead of me cleaning out and wasting all of this magenta. I can use it for volume, which I do. So I gotta find my stencil for my spots. Spot stencil. Now we're doing a flash dry because I on it really good, so I don't damage the paint when I put the stencil on it. Hey James, thank you very much. So anyway, we're just waiting for this to dry enough for me to lay a stencil on it without scratching it. And then we'll do some touch-ups after the spots go on it, and then it's done. Except for the eyes and the clear coat. So, and I would say that we've accomplished quite a feat the last 2 days, which would make Lake of the Woods happy because they'll have a wonderful inventory of baits that will sell within a week. And I'm back to being having to do it again next week. 2 days of solid painting, but all these baits will be in the store by Monday. These can go in the store on Saturday. These Monday. Takes 5 days. 5 days to do baits. First day is painting, second day is eyes, third day or second day late is going to be clear coat. Then 3 days later, then I have to put all the hardware on them and then package them. And then they're done. It takes about 5 days because 3 days of curing, 2 days of painting, and getting them all ready for clear coat. So those people that wonder, about bait painting, that's what it usually takes. All right, so let's, I like to lay these down when I do it. So we're going to lay this down. And then measure the big circles are going to go right down the middle of my fish. And sort of do that. That should give me nice spots. Yep, gives me nice spots. And relax. We got to dry this now. And then do the other one. And then do this one again. Hold that against my fish. Voila! Spots! We have spots! Spots! And we gotta get those sides dry now. Then we'll do the other side. And then we'll blend the back of it with the black. And that'll make that back dark. So yeah, we had to do that now. James Guy, he stops in real briefly. Make sure he gives us thumbs up. So there we go. Only a couple of you. That must not be very entertaining. I don't know. I make pretty baits though. I mean, look at those. I mean, that's a good looking bait. Actually, all these are good looking baits. That's going to be beautiful in the water. Beautiful in the water. This is actually one I painted for me. So the transparent yellow and that. I mean, that's going to do good. All these are doing good. I tested out this design, and it did so well that the pattern, the colors, that just doing it again. Just making several more because it did really, really well. All right, so let's get the other side done on these. Voila. Voila. So now, we'll do the other one now. And then we'll blend the backs with the black. Okay, voila. And now we're going to blend the backs with that black, as you'll see. And it gives a nice 3D look, and then a graduated look to them. So it's and that's rainbow trout. So I mean, before, after. So ooh. Never drop it. Don't drop it. It's okay. We're working on blacks, so we're okay. We would have dropped that earlier. Would have been bad. And voila. Can't tell I dropped it. I caught it though. Black on black. All right. So voila. Got to do dry on that. And those, well, at least the painting is done. We have to put the eyes and clear coat still on it, but voila. So very cool. Very cool. Wondering what this stuff is. It's simple green. Simple green is a good, or organic greener. Some people use, alcohol or thinner or something like that. It's kind of overkill. Plus, it's bad for you. I'm not going to drink this stuff, but at least it's not toxic. So voila. Pull the needle out. Clean that off. There we go. All right. We have a clean brush again. All these baits are going to sell. They're so pretty. And they work because I've tested these. I've tested all of these and they work really, really well. All these design patterns work well. I mean, I could take them out there and catch one in a few casts. But, I mean, just like everything, you got to know how to work a bait. Lipless cranks are going to be very different from square bill cranks, glide baits, swim baits, jerk baits. These all have a way of working them. And so you can't just throw them out there and expect to catch a fish by just reeling it in. There's speed and technique to fishing. That's what makes fishing so challenging, is that it's the speed and the presentation of a fit, the bait to a fish. You just gotta present it to the fish the way the fish wants it. Slower, deeper, shallower, faster, erratically, all those things. When it comes to, the bait can only be so good, but it really, in the hand of a skilled fisherman, a bait can be extremely effective. In the hands of a novice fisherman, somebody who doesn't understand, the properties of the bait and the mannerisms, they'll catch something, not often. So this one right here, this big jerk bait, you can actually just throw this behind a boat and pull it behind you. It's a great trolling bait, really good trolling bait. But the one next to it, this one, is a lousy trolling bait. They look the same, but they're not, because they react very, very differently in the water. Now this one, I'm going to put a spinner on the back of it. So this one is going to be a beautiful jerk bait, but you're going to fish it different than our other, a beautiful lipless, but you're going to fish it different than you would on this lipless, because I will not be putting the spinner on. So you just got to, when people buy them, you need to experiment with these guys. Just experiment with it. And you will see that baits react differently to different retrieves. And that's the beautiful thing about it. All right, so look at that. It's pretty. Looks like it, after eyes and clear coat are on it, it's going to be really, really awesome looking. Really awesome looking. So, yeah. See, people can recognize this fish, so that's why they buy it. I mean, they recognize it. They go, oh, that's a rainbow trout. Oh, it's so pretty. I'll buy one. How much is it? Oh, that's a good deal. All right. Yeah, we painted a lot of baits, didn't we? Gosh. A lot of baits. That's what we did. I mean, just, and pretty ones. Real pretty baits. So, yeah. Gosh, these are gorgeous. Gorgeous baits. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Because, I mean, look at this. I mean, this is a good looking bait. Look at that. That's a good looking bait. So, yeah. Man. Yep. These are going to do good. Yeah. This is a good batch of baits. As we get into the season, we did some top water. Oh yeah, we did. We did 2 spin tails and 3 whopper ploppers. Some top water. Still early here for top water, but you can't. I mean, most of these baits you can fish year-round and still catch a bunch of stuff. So. Hey, Gregory. Oh, well, I'll see you at the Lake of the Woods. I'll be there tomorrow working. I'll be there tomorrow. So look at all these baits. So I won't have these at the Lake of the Woods tomorrow. These will be at Lake of the Woods, I think, Saturday. So, but yeah, just these will be on Saturday. These will be Monday. So, because I have to put eyes and clear coat these. It takes a few days for that to, yeah, look at them. Sure are pretty. Yeah. Good old bleeding shads. Can't go wrong with bleeding shad. So, but yeah, Saturday, Monday. Yeah, these are gorgeous. I might you know, these 2 are for me. I painted these for me, and I think I'll keep one of these for me because I really, really, really like them. This is a great one. It's going to do good. I painted 2 of those, I think, right? Yeah, there's the other one. So I don't know. I might keep a few of these for me, and you guys will just have to fight over what I put in the store. Because that's a good one too. That's a good one. I don't know. It's like I just want to keep them all. Give you guys my leftovers. So, all right. I think that's it. What time is it? Nah, it's only 11 o'clock in the morning. Really? Yeah. Oh, 12 o'clock. I really should set that for daylight savings, huh? It's lunchtime. There you go. It's lunchtime. All right, guys. I'm going to leave you. Thank you for stopping in. Please hit like if you ain't to subscribe. Subscribe if you want to bait. Just go to about on my YouTube and send me an email of what you want. All right. We'll paint you one. So, all right, guys. Thank you. We will see you guys out on the water, at the lake, wherever, or on YouTube.